Hello, I'm making a video about my new ESP32 card. It's a VGA32 and it's running a terminal program now that is logged in using telnet. And I've written this program here in BASIC on this telnet server. And it's not running on this ESP32 board. It's the program here will be running on the server, but it's sending signals here. So we're going to test it now. Type run, and it sends escape codes for color, and then makes sound using bell. Yes, so there it finished. So if we look at this program, it is first setting a string variable called CSI dollar to escape character 27 and opening a square bracket. And then it does a for loop setting I to 1 to 10. And then it prints I and then makes the bell sound beep. And then on the next line it prints CSI start sequence for escape sequences, and then the color 94, which is blue, and then M to stop the sequence, and then it types FabGL in blue. It's this graphics library that this network terminal is written in. And then I send CSI again, and 93, that's the yellow color, and then M to stop that, and then network terminal. Then I send CSI again, and then 92, and that's to go back to green. Then I sleep for 1 second, and then the loop repeats from the top of the for loop. Next I repeats. So that's an example here in this terminal. So now I should exit this. I can do this using this command. And then we should check here who is on this system. You can see there is a star here, 111, and that's me. It says I'm in Bromma, but actually I'm not. But we could see here, see it scrolls here to the full screen. So there is sometimes several users several times. But this is actually a game. It's not a real system. So some of these users are simulated. But we could test this program here again. W, it's short for who is online. And then I try to type here and I say grep to capture some text here. And then I should say Sweden, but I think I say only Eden. Because I want to find users in Sweden. So So there is me in Bromma, and then there is one guy in Mariestad that runs logged in from 2 places, it seems. So that's rather cool. And now we can see here more. They have more commands here. If you type question mark, you see more commands. And then they have this famous Star Trek program where Star Wars, I mean, I said it wrong here, Star Wars. So you can run Star Wars episode 4 here in the text browser. So it's episode 4, A New Hope. And then it's actually the full movie. So they have all the text, or the most of the text, and then animations and things all written in using these control codes for terminal that I showed here for color, but they don't use color here, but they use positioning of the cursor. So we should not see the full movie here, but it is the Death Star first, then there comes here a spaceship, then that is hunted by some bigger spaceship. But we can interrupt here using Control C. So here, if I should interrupt it here. Control character and then C. Now it stopped there. So that's great. And now we could quit here in our system. And it is the network terminal, and I modified it today because it didn't work with the full 34 rows that it has now. And then I fixed some other small things too. And so I've also changed a bit, so I had the examples with the commands with examples lower down, because it scrolls off the screen, so you see the examples longer this way. And then I changed some codes to be more consistent, so I use X Windows codes for the keyboard layouts. So now I have keyboard Norwegian here, because I have a Swedish, but they don't support Swedish, so I took Norwegian. That's the closest thing. And it works rather well for, I'm used to these Nordic keyboard layouts. I have them on another keyboard here, close by. But you can set US here if you want. And I set it back here to Norwegian. And then I see here, so it shows my current IP number, and I'm logged in to my phone here. So I run it here. I should perhaps not show, but see here, if we can see, it's tethering. Well, I should hold, I hold over this here. So you can see here, but so I've kind of secured it so that I don't have a password, but I have instead I've secured it with MAC address, so it can only use my ESP32 here. So it only works logging in using this, even though I have no password. But I could also set password. It handles VPA2 and ordinary VPA. And so this program here is compiled using Arduino, which I have here running on my laptop. And then it also works with the mouse. So I have an old Microsoft mouse. But it also works with other keyboards and mice. So I have so all mice I have at home it has worked with. Now I got some plants here, but it also works with this keyboard and this built-in mouse joystick kind of. So this is an old keyboard from '94. It still works, and but this built-in mouse in that keyboard, it only works with some drivers, but I think it works with this for the terminal too, because you can use mouse with terminal. Yeah, so I've then modified this to use this full screen here. See where that is now. Yeah, it's here. So I've changed it a bit here, the program here, so that it can use different terminal roles by changing a byte in a string. So this worked well here, so I could compile it now. So I could just demonstrate here uploading this program to show that this works here. So I make this a bit bigger here, and then I take, I don't have to recompile it, to just upload it here to show that this works. It starts compiling it a little, but then it uses the old compiled code, because I don't have to recompile everything when you have already compiled it once. So it only recompiles the changed files. But each time you restart Arduino, it forgets that it has compiled it before, so then you have to compile it from the beginning, and then it takes a rather long time on this slow laptop from many years ago also. Yeah, so while that is compiling, I could log in here to this oh, what's happened now? Okay, it's uploading it now, so we have to wait. Okay, it was faster than I thought. But now this has rebooted here, and then it scans networks here in the neighborhood, and I should then can look here at help, and then I could set keyboard layout. You could have a script that does this automatically, but I don't have this now. So you can, but then you have to recompile it again, because the script is built into the C code, C++. And then we should do Wi-Fi here. And now I don't have to type a password, because I don't have a password on this phone that I'm using for network. Okay, and then we could try this now to telnet now to this site called telehack. And that is com.com. Okay. So you don't have to log in order to use it, but you can create an account and then you have more programs that you can run, and you can probably save things too. Now you cannot save because then they don't know who saved it and such. But there are many interesting things here. But so there is, it kind of works like a combination of Unix and old MS-DOS. So you can use, here is more to type a file. And then completion works here using here. Oh, it's very far down, but I use tab here. When I use that, it types out the whole command. And then we should see here, because here is kind of an explanation of what this site is. So I found this file after a while. I used ls, or you can use dir also, and then you can read about this, that it is actually a game, and it simulates computers. They're not real computers, but then you can hack into other computers. So it must be for young people and people who want to learn command line. So kind of like 10 years to kind of 16 years perhaps is suitable for. But other people can also think it's funny. Okay, then quit there. I press Q because that quits. And then I can also show clock here. Because this is an American site, so it's rather busy. Now this is my local time here. But when you logged in, you see what time it is at the site. So it's still kind of evening in America. But here it's 3 o'clock. Maybe we can try this time command if it works. No, it doesn't work. Date perhaps. It's also the no, CEST. That's strange because it claims it is in United States, I think Eastern Standard Time, but it's my local time here. So it's a bit wrong here. But when you log in, you get the right time. So I guess we are finished here. I've shown most things here. Okay. I could do this question mark command. Yeah, so they have a lot of games there too. Small games like 2048 and Sudoku and other things. And then this aquarium program, I've tried this, but it hasn't worked this today because it might have something to do with that I run through the phone that makes it too slow. But normally an aquarium with fishes swimming and so on. But now it doesn't work. Yeah, so that's rather fun I can try here Control D. That can also log out here. The default answer is a big letter here. So now we're back here in our system here, the local terminal, where you have some commands here. Okay, so I could reboot this using command line also. So now it rebooted here. But you could also use this here to reboot. So you can use this button here. It's a reset button. So I hope you could see that. There is that button there. But you have to be somewhat careful so you don't short circuit things here. But I think it's rather a safe area constructed to be that. Because this here is 0 volt here. But if you connect 0 volt to 5 volt, for instance, then you get a short circuit and you could, well, destroy the power source here. So you can also run this standalone. You don't have to have another computer to run this once you have installed the program. You power it from any power source, an old charger or a battery. And also it has a kind of a battery connector here on the back side. So there's a battery connector there. So you could probably fit the battery here, so it would not be a very big package in total. And then I have an SD card connected here, but you don't need this for this terminal program and some other programs. I have VGA32 emulator, and I run that too. And the PC emulator that uses that card to store disk images. A bit of sound comes out here, and it's connected to the monitor now because that has speakers. Rather happy with this buy. It didn't cost much, like 150 crowns. That's about 15 euros or $15 approximately. I bought it on Banggood, but I could put some link somewhere perhaps below this video. Okay, it's called TTGO VGA32, I think. Yes, and it uses FabGL library. Okay, bye for now.